Good morning, and we are live here on Talk That Tech, the
Number one tech morning show in the world, baby. Good
yes,
morning.
numero uno. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Right in Black History Month, the right first
Yeah.
Monday of Black History Month, and so we're so excited to have you with us on this Monday, y'all. Just go ahead and tell us where you're tuning in from. We got Tech Coach Ralph already in the building. So good morning, fellas. Let's talk that tech. He is ready to go. He is ready to go. So I just wanted to just first of all say thank you to everybody that stopped by, including Tech Coach Ralph. Definitely appreciate you. And I want to just drop a couple of things before we get into the show today. We got a lot of stuff that we could talk about this morning, and we're going to talk about a few different items. Let me just double check to make sure that you can hear me, y'all. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat. If not, let me
Yeah,
work on that right now. Could
we
you hear me?
can. We can. Yeah.
Okay. Does it sound low or anything? Check one,
Yeah,
two.
like a little echoey, but
Oh,
we can
okay,
hear you.
gotcha. All right, no problem. Let me see if I can what I can work out there. But in the meantime, y'all, just want to let you know. Oh, we got peace and blessings from Operation Tech Takeovers, who's in the building as well. Peace and blessings, brother. So glad that you're able to join us. And yeah, man, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna talk about a few different things. Last year, we had a series that we did on individuals that made a mark in Black history, and we may do that again. Of course, trying
Oh,
to keep that forefront.
we definitely gotta keep that going, man.
That was a good tradition. I
We
like
got
that one.
to.
I learned a lot, and I want to make sure that we continue to provide that for the audience as well. So definitely let us know who we could talk about. I do have something that actually came up this past weekend that we can talk about, but I'm going to first start off by saying, how was your weekend, sir? And Trey, and then we'll dive into it. And y'all, let us know in the comment section how your weekend was as well. There we go. I fixed my mic. I know what was happening.
That's
What's
it
wrong with
right
it?
there, boy. You
Yeah.
on now. You on now.
I was like,
You
wait a
in
second.
there.
I feel like I'm far away, but I'm here.
Yeah,
Thank you
we
for that,
can hear
man.
you. That's
Awesome,
what we need.
awesome.
That's what we need on this Monday morning, man. The
There you go.
weekend was it was it was good. It was good. Really didn't do much. Saturday was just me and baby girl, and then I was all day really. um, Sunday went to church. After church, actually, let me run it back though. Let me run it back. Last Saturday night at about 10 something, PM Central Time. My cousin, I'm in a group chat with a few of my cousins, man, and one of them posted a picture in there, and then it just went crazy. I didn't know my phone was like just out of there. I was watching TV. I was still up, but I was watching TV. Had no clue. So then I wake up in the morning on Sunday looking to get ready for church. And I look at my phone like later. I saw that there was this blockbuster trade going on between a few of the top NBA players in the world, man. And
Yep.
I didn't believe it. I did not believe it. But yeah, Luca from the Mavericks, the Dallas Mavericks, is now on the Lakers, man. And yeah, it was pretty crazy to me. Never thought he would have got traded, but sometimes things happen. Sometimes when you think you're bigger than the team, it's what I've been thinking. Anyway, um, you realize nobody's bigger than the team and you're expendable. But nonetheless, after going through that, I went to church. And then after church, we went had some good lunch at this brunch place that was pretty good in the city. And yeah, that was pretty much it, man. Um, as far as the weekend, but it was pretty solid. But yeah, huge shocking news for us that live here in DFW. Anthony Davis going from the Lakers to here. I actually am okay with the trade because I'm a LeBron fan, but now we just need some pieces over down in the center position, but we good. We good outside of that. But how was your weekend, bro?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Going to church, serving in church that week, that Sunday, I was like, ooh, this is very, very unexpected news I didn't see coming down the pipe. Talking about the
Yeah.
NBA. But yeah, for me, the weekend was, besides that, it was very chill. I went to a conference and I kind of volunteered at the conference on a Saturday. It was more like the music space. So if y'all don't know, I do music Yeah, that's my background, and so our church held a conference for like people that are involved in the creative arts and churches and other music areas within the church. It was pretty cool, man. I really enjoyed myself. Has a few people that were there, and I got to meet some really nice people, and just be able to serve. And it was great. It was great. And they also had another event that one of my guests on on the other show, Technique Tips, shared with us that actually happened yesterday. And I'm going to share my screen so people that are not aware can be able to see a bit of what I'm talking to or what I'm referring to, and that's regarding. And I'm going to just show the window here. It's regarding the Underground Railroad commemorative walk that they had in Emirates, and this was actually yesterday. Sorry, Saturday that they had this event, so it did pass. But it was a really nice way of starting off the Black History Month by going on this particular walk. And so he had a lot of press behind it, a lot of people that were gathering together at Emirates United Methodist Church. I believe this is Maryland, West Baltimore County, actually. And so they were able to go on this walk and be able to remember what that signified. And so that was a really cool event, y'all. And of course, I wasn't able to be there. I don't live in the area, but just wanted to kind of bring sort of a light to it based off of the conversations we've had. And I promoted it on the community tab. So if you are missing anything, want to see what's going on, check out our community tab here on Talk That Tech. Check out our community tab on our individual channels. There's definitely things that you can gather from there as well. But my weekend overall was good, man. I'm not gonna lie. That was a shock. I saw people bring coffins to the arena in Dallas, wearing all black because some people did not
Bro,
feel it. They were not feeling it.
listen, man. It's one of those things. Like I said, the way it went down, I feel like something's going on behind the scenes. I feel like, they've been telling them like, "Yo, you need to lose weight." Same thing, not on the same level as Zion, but same thing as Zion. But like, you're an athlete at the highest level. Yes, you're still playing well, but when we need you, you're not there because you need to get the weight off. And you can tell he was just like dismissing it, like he was above. Like, yes, I'm still playing well. What you gonna
You're
tell me?
chopping them
I'm the
numbers,
man. I'm the
man.
man here. You can tell that was the energy around it. And so yeah, I mean, they got rid of him, man. They got rid of him. Um, it was pretty shocking, but
Yeah,
nonetheless, LeBron will get him right. He's gonna
yeah.
take him through the regimen that he was on when the second time he went back to Cleveland. Like he was like super lean. He gonna get him back on that. And when he comes back to Dallas in I think April, he's
Oh,
gonna
he's
be
gonna have a
talking
60
noise.
point triple double. He's gonna have like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
60 plus point triple
and
double.
he's gonna be talking noise, man. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. But yeah, over these next few years, if LeBron can get him right, like get his mental right when it comes to this health and conditioning. Oh, this dude's gonna be a monster.
Yeah, they just need a solid. They just need a solid a big to go with
Center, man.
them,
Yeah, yeah,
and they'll be good. Nothing. It doesn't mean anything crazy either. Just somebody that's serviceable. Somebody that could really kind of just hold down the paint. I don't know who's available, obviously, because it's not really a basketball show, but definitely somebody that could really kind of go ahead and do something there. Before
yeah,
we get started the show, because it is Black History Month, I want to pass over to Trey because we have somebody that we could talk about as we are looking into Black History Month. And remember, last year what we did was we basically highlighted a figure. This year we're going to highlight someone, Mary Beatrice Davidson Kenner, and talk about the impact that she has had in Black history when it comes
yeah,
to. Yeah. All
yeah,
right, brother.
man. With the whole thing when we did this last year, it was to like really highlight people who you don't really normally hear talked about because people don't realize we've done a lot of stuff uh, for this country. That kind of goes unrecognized. We built the White House. Who else was doing it back then, right? We were doing a lot of the labor. So obviously, when you're doing a lot of the work, things come to your mind about how to make that work a little bit easier, how to make it better. And so, we kind of did that. But when you don't have rights, the people who own you then could own those patents and stuff like that. So that's how come a lot of our stuff just kind of gets like, washed over. But anyways, nonetheless, we're going to keep that same thing going. We're going to talk about Mary Beatrice Davidson Kenner. And yeah, she was really great at what she did, but definitely an underrecognized inventor. So her innovations, it improved daily life like big time, but specifically for women. And so when we talk about her, she revolutionized the menstrual care side of things. Okay. Now, Kenner, she patented the first adjustable sanitary belt with a moisture-proof napkin pocket in 1957. All right. So this was at a time when women, like, they were relying on like reusable cloth pads. And so what her design did, it gave discreet but still hygienic, you know what I mean, protection, and it laid the groundwork for the products that they use today. So she had multiple patents across a bunch of different decades. So she had about 5 in total. She had a wall-mounted back washer for showers. Okay, she had an attachment for walkers to carry like items. That was in 1986, and then 1982, a toilet paper holder that prevented loose ends. So I guess they had a problem with loose ends on the toilet paper holder. She fixed that and got it patented. So as what's crazy with her, her belt patent, it literally languished for like 30 years before it actually became commercialized due to racial bias. Unfortunately, not because not only was she a woman, but she was a Black woman, and in the mid like 20th century, they just didn't, that kind of stuff definitely was happening. She had dual discrimination, if we're being honest. So nonetheless, her inventions, they really focused on like those practical solutions, right? Back washer in the shower, wall mounted, like super practical, but she got it done. So although all the stuff she did, she never really got fame from it or really like wealthy either. But obviously, she was huge in shaping our everyday lives going forward. Just nobody never necessarily really known. So definitely wanted to highlight Miss Mary Beatrice Davidson Kenner on this Monday.
Yeah, man. That's awesome, man. Because you listen, it always starts from a genesis, a beginning, and then now look at the industry and everything that's accompanying that. So we definitely salute her. Thank you so much for all the work you've done, Miss Kenner, and we're definitely diving into the show, talk about a few different subjects.
I didn't mention as well. She definitely, so she's gone now. She was born in 1912 and she passed away in 2006. So I did forget to mention that. But yeah, definitely
Long
appreciate
life.
her for her work. Yeah,
absolutely, long life. And so I want just to remind everybody, this is a call-in show, so the link has been dropped. We're going to keep dropping it periodically throughout the show. If you want to call in and to share any thoughts about anything that we talk about, it can even be basketball. Feel free to jump on the show and share your thoughts. I want to go to the comment section and said, oh man, Mitch is he's not even here. It's LeBron's #1 fan. And then Operation Take Over says salute to you, Ralph.
shout out to Mitch.
Do they accept AI music producers in regards to I believe DFW? Yeah. Aris, good morning as well.
I don't know.
All right. And they did go to the finals last year. That's right. The Dallas did go to the finals last year. So a lot of people were very perplexed about this. And I guess they believed that they could do without Luka this year again. So we'll see what happens with that.
I'll be honest. Their squad is still crazy now. Like they added defense. Remember, Luka don't play no D.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis plays some defense, man. And he scores on the offensive side. So they upgraded a bit for sure,
Yeah.
Just saying.
They got bigger for sure.
Don't forget, you got Kyrie. Don't forget, you got they got some stuff, man. We'll see.
Good morning, Foxtail. Foxtail's in the building as well. Good morning. Definitely appreciate that. Says, what's up? What's up?
Great morning.
Great morning. There we go. Great morning. He says, thank you for so much for that as well. Can't wait for more great content if you don't mind. No, absolutely, man. Thank you so much for doing that, Foxtail. We appreciate it. We actually dive into the show. So if you want to call in, there's a call-in link as well. I'm going to drop it periodically throughout. But we got a lot of things to cover. We're going to talk about Google Buyout. We're going to talk about a few other things as well. We also going to talk a little bit about DeepSeek image generator. If you have used it, feel free to share your thoughts on that. But the first thing we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about this class action lawsuit that is happening to one of the big tech companies. I'm going to let Tech Bag Trey dive deeper into the subject.
Yeah, man. So with that being said, let's get to it. Oh wait, I don't see.
Yeah, I could do this one.
My bad. No, I was tripping. I was all the way down on the y'all. That's my fault. I went all the way down on the docket for the day, and I'm like, I don't see my stuff. I don't see it. But y'all, January 29th, a few days ago, class action lawsuit was filed against Amazon in San Francisco federal court, and you probably didn't hear about it. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But remember, sometimes this stuff gets kind of swiped under the rug so you don't see it, and it's not plastered everywhere. But they were accusing Amazon of secretly tracking consumers' movements through their cell phones. Bet you didn't know that. I didn't. But I'm thinking I'm just getting orders every 2 days, where my 2 day shipping, 1 day occasionally if I really need it, But the lawsuit is saying that Amazon, they were using its Amazon Ads SDK embedded in third-party apps to collect those sensitive geolocation data without users' consent and without them knowing, and then selling it on the low, selling that information back to companies. So basically, here are some of the key allegations, y'all. Amazon, they allegedly gained backdoor access to mobile devices through a code given to app developers. So the company, they collected timestamps of those locations, tracking users' homes, their workplaces, the shopping habits, and visits to sensitive locations, whatever that means. So they were getting all the timestamps, all the stuff you do everywhere you go, right? Yeah, we know where they go to church. So then I can send you an ad specifically for, around church that knowing that you go and where you at. So anyway, at Amazon, they allegedly gathered that personal data, revealing those religious affiliations, sexual orientations, and health concerns, and then were accused of fingerprinting and then users and correlating personal information without them knowing. So that's how they was doing it. That's how they was doing it. I'm sure. Like I gotta believe it. I'm not gonna lie. I believe this. The lawsuit is arguing that Amazon's action, it did violate California's law, including state penal laws regarding data privacy and laws against unauthorized computer access. So here's what he's saying. It was filed by this guy Felix Kolotensky of San Mateo, California. And we'll see. He's saying that they collected his data via the speed test by Okla app. So we'll see what he's talking about as far as what he's trying to get. It said unspecified damages for millions of Californians. So I don't know. We will see what's going down. I just saw Mitch's comment, so it had me laughing.
Yeah, this is hilarious. I was like, look at the comment section as well. But yeah, I'm gonna go actually to the comment section first for people who cannot see on the podcast. It says they are also getting sued for not delivering packages on time in low income areas. That is interesting.
Man.
I didn't even know about that.
Me either. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Like,
that is interesting.
I wonder.
They're known for being on time.
I wonder what the deal is with that. I actually know,
Real.
but I just wonder why. No, I was laughing because I actually thought I saw the first part of it, Mitch, and then I thought you was joking. And then when I actually got, because I was still reading, so when I actually saw the whole thing, I'm like, oh snap! I know why they doing that mess. They probably they probably don't want to go there, and so instead of doing the original route, you you doing all the other stuff first, and then you want to do a drive-by, like just, roll up in the area, throw the package at the door and keep rolling. And they, you know what I mean? They getting there all late and stuff. That ain't cool. You signed up for it. You better put on, you put on a jacket if you need to. Yeah. If you need to, if that's what the thing is, but you signed up for it. So you got to go in there. You got to go in the trenches and get that thing done. Now, I will say, growing up, I used to, I didn't live in the best neighborhood. And so I remember a time where, like the pizza man was getting robbed. And so, so they really didn't even and I didn't realize it until I grew up. I'm like, I got into high school, we had moved by then. And I'm like, why was they robbing a pizza guy? They don't even normally have like a lot of money like that on them, I don't know. It didn't make sense to me when I grew up, but I remember being nervous back then. I'm like, dang, they robbing the pizza guys. So, it's one of those things. But again, if you're scared, you sign up for that.
Yeah, no, I totally I hear what you're saying, Mitch. And I know Mitch is, he's being honest. I believe that that's the case. I definitely could pull it up as well, but I agree with you. I believe you, because this has been going on for years. In general, with different deliveries and Operation Takeover says no DEI, no delivery on time. Man, and I think Mitch said it's a top class action lawsuit. He doesn't believe. Well, we believe you. We believe you now for sure.
Yeah.
We believe you now for sure.
I believed him. I believed him. Because I know, like I said, I grew up. I know how it can be. You seeing a bunch of people just standing around, probably heckling you. You know what I mean? You don't want to leave the truck. You don't know, but still, you signed up for it, so you got to figure out a way how to do that. Because there are people there. There are good people there who still need their stuff. What I mean?
Yeah. So the question is, in my mind, I know, kind of shifting gears a little bit, is talking about this particular class action lawsuit, but that's what the show's about. We just roll with what you as the audience gives us. What is this on an individual basis? Is it on a collective delivery team saying, you know what, we need to curve how we deliver packages because of X, Y, and Z? Or is this an organizational, no, they could wait because of X, Y, and Z reasons? And then you have to understand if it's systematic. If it's systematic in that way, then that definitely warrants this sort of situation where there is a class action lawsuit. And if it's a situation where it's among the team that's delivering it, well, Amazon, you have a lot of money. You could definitely get the people. What up, Prince? You on IG, good to see you, man. You could definitely get the people what they need, the protection. Maybe if it is certain areas and there's certain things that are going on. I lived in areas too. If you know New York, Brownsville, stand up, East New York, I grew up in those areas most of my life, and so you definitely want to take precautions. You definitely come out the house with your eyes getting on a swivel,
head on a swivel, for sure.
Head on a swivel. So you kind of looking around, but at the same time, like you said, there's great people there in these areas, and there's good people there, and everybody deserves their package. They pay for something, they deserve to get it on time, especially if they're paying that $100 per year for Amazon Prime. So yeah, that's something that they need to figure out, work on. And if it's in conjunction with the city and saying, hey, listen, we have a problem here, what can we do to curb that? Let's kind of come to a resolution, because depending on what it is, you might need something for work, you might need something for this or that, and if you say you could deliver it in XYZ amount of time, you gotta stand by it. I'm gonna go to Tech Coach Ralph, and I'm gonna get back to you, Trey. Tech Coach Ralph says, "Oh, so now Amazon will move to Texas." No, they're ready there. they got, actually. You said they had drones there. You said they were dropping off packages in drones, right? Was that Amazon or was that another company?
Oh, that was Walmart. But Walmart was testing out with a company doing drones. Yeah, that was Walmart.
And Mitch is, if you say my name again, we have a problem, Ralph. Y'all think I'm full of foolishness. Guess it's my fault. Well, here's the thing. No, I believe, as soon as I saw it, I kind of recognized that, because that's something we experienced for years. And if they did deliver on time, somebody stealing it in front of your house.
Yeah.
But it's before Ring cameras.
That's the other. Now that's the other side of it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I remember having to be home because and then somebody said, "Hey, can you my grandpa, but my uncle or aunt, because we used to be in like an apartment building together. Hey, could you just watch out? I got this package delivered at X, Y, and Z time. Could you be there to? Because we had to be around for packages.
Really?
Yeah,
Or else they was gonna get stolen?
possibly because it was in like a
Yeah.
vestibule that like anybody could get access to it. But depending on what the package is, yeah, you want to be you gotta want your family to be aware of it and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So, and Tech Coach Ralph said, nah, it's a shared Prime accounts.
Oh man. I didn't even know you
then,
could do that. That's funny.
oh yeah, people. Oh, I can imagine that. Yeah, I'll pay you a little something. Just get this. You got the
Yeah.
Prime. Let's just I'll pay you a little something less than what.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Nah, Trey, they didn't sign up to get robbed at gunpoint." That's true.
No,
they didn't
I
sign to get
agree. I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you sign up for jobs, you know the cost. You got to count up, or if you don't, you got to learn how to count up the cost. There's always a cost, and you got to learn how to count that up before you get on it. Like they send you on a route, and that might not be. I'm a firm believer in the best way to combat a lot of that stuff is, as far as like if you're scared to go to a certain space or area, hire the people from the area. That there's good characters in all areas.
Mm-hmm.
Like hire people from the area so that like they know them. And when I say they know them, I mean like
I can't rob Pinky, son. That's Pinky. I grew up with Pinky.
Yeah,
Pinky,
you know what I mean? Like we want to see them do good. Get your bread, young boo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But on that same token, sometimes that can be hard. But you gotta find people who, hey, we're gonna throw you a little extra ends to make sure, because we know this is a little rougher, rougher neighborhood, whatever. We're gonna raise your salary a little bit to make sure that these people get their stuff on time, because we still running a good business here. So you gotta find ways to do it. I mean, if you need a bulletproof vest, I guess I don't think it's like that, for the Amazon drivers, but yeah, some.
He said, Techo Drive said, I would have to say you got to get it from an Amazon locker. But that's kind of discrimination as well, as if you think about it as well. Like, okay, they don't have to go to a locker, but I do. I would just say hire a third person for that particular area, just to kind of like if they have one person in the van driving, one person in the back, just kind of making sure stuff is good in the back, because that's what happens when they drop off the delivery. Then everybody's like, oh. Here, remember the no-go zone and the wire, right? Drop off delivery, one person in the back, driver's there doing his thing, somebody going in there having Christmas early.
Somebody strapped in the back.
Or in Breaking Bad when the truck broke down. Not Breaking Bad.
Man.
Show, Shameless, when the truck broke down, everybody decided to go shopping.
Get in there.
Yeah. So now the good people need to get rid of the bad people if you want to do business. That's true. Not a bulletproof vest. I'm gonna go back to the other part too of what we just talked about in regards to the class action lawsuit regarding consumer tracking. I want to hear what you guys think about that, because if you really think about it, consumer tracking, do you really want everybody to know your every move and capitalize on it? And capitalize on it. Yeah, like, okay, so he's picking up the package right now from X, Y, and Z area. Okay, from there, And it's amazing how technology, they can use it in such a way to say, hey, he's picking up this package from this hotel, whatever hotel chain, check them out. You might want to look into them, like that. How do you feel about that, y'all? I want to know that in the comment section, because I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah, they said through the Amazon ads SDK. So it's like, basically, here's what I'm thinking, which I know they could make a boatload of money on like doing it. It's like, yo, if they go to this store a few times, well, now I can send them, now that I know that this is where they're going, I can send them a good old discount when they're in the area, a good old quick discount, letting them know, hey, today if you come through such and such and such, I already know you're here. I know you're here. Let me go ahead and make this. So yeah, it's I don't know, it's interesting. Definitely shouldn't be getting done
at Texas Roadhouse on Wednesdays. So
yeah,
pull on up. It's just a little ad there.
Yeah.
Man. Anyway, Tech Coach Ralph. Again, he's saying that Amazon turning into Brinks delivery trucks. If you don't Brinks for security,
if needed.
If needed, man. If you get my packages same day between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., I can live with it. Hey man, we gotten so used to the convenience of Amazon that says, next day shipping and stuff. It's almost like we can't go back. We
Yeah, it's
can't go
bad.
back to
They
anything
they
less.
broke they broke the system for sure when it came to that.
Yeah, man, definitely. But let me throw up something real quickly here. We're gonna actually move on because I want to get to the topic at hand. We're talking about Google, but before that, we're gonna go to our segment called the Tech Wire. Speaking of the wire, the Tech Wire, where this segment is powered by blacktechglobal.com. Again, it's blacktechglobal.com, your premier directory for upcoming tech events, mixtures, and everything in between. And so I'm gonna shoot off a couple of them, and then we'll get right back into the show because I definitely want to hear about the rest of hear from you guys, y'all. And I'm going to go back to this comment from Tech Coach Ralph as well. But we got Black NHR Power 25 kickoff party in Atlanta, Georgia for $0 this February 6th. Then from the February 6th to the 8th, we're having a virtual event that's $100. It's called Black NHR Power 25 Career Summit. So if you're in the HR field, you might want to check this out. Again, this is all on blacktechglobal.com. Then we have Black Tech Collective on the 6th, the Wave Play Mixer in Washington, D.C. for $0. February 7th, the Connect Like-Minded BHM Mixer in Philadelphia for only $20 this February 7th. Then the 8th, we have Birmingham Black Mill Summit 25. So if you're in Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama, to be specific, check that out for $35. February 8th, HBCU University Summit 25 in Baltimore, Maryland. That's $20 for that. Then we have on February 8th, the National Sales Network Kickoff Blueprint Brunch in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for $60. And last but not least, for the rundown for the next couple of weeks, on February 13th, we have the Tech Connect Heart and Hustle right around Valentine's Day. That's right, in good old DFW area, Dallas, Texas, for $0.00. So if you are interested in any of those events, go to blacktechglobal.com. Again, that's blacktechglobal.com for more information. If I can say that properly. And so that and so that's that for the rundown there. And we do have a follow-up for you regarding to this AI tool of the week. And this AI tool of the week is one that we talked about last week, but we're going to dive deeper in it, talking about DeepSeek and some wonderful image generation options that it provides to its users. But before that, one thing we also want to clarify as well, because a lot of people have had conversations and thoughts about it. Even myself, I had thoughts about downloading DeepSeek. Is there is a way that you can make it native to what you do, or native to your to yourself. I'm gonna let Trey talk about it more, but I just want to point that out there as we dive into that topic.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, people see headlines and then you're like, oh snap, I'm scared to use it. But they telling me it's way cheaper, or they telling me, all this stuff, but you still want to. You can run this stuff locally on your computer, like where you don't even need internet access once you put it on your computer locally. And you can have the privacy, you can have the security, you can have uninterrupted access to it, right? Like as far as like avoiding the rate limits and all that kind of stuff. The performance gets better because it's literally just the local interface. Like you can run it straight from your computer without having to give all your stuff over to them and all that kind of stuff. You can do that. That is an option, so that you can still participate and be able to check that out. And if you want to learn how to do that, it's simple steps. There's YouTube videos, like just type in how to run DeepSeek locally on my computer or something like that, and you'll see plenty of videos that will allow you to do that. But today, for the AI tool of the week, we're talking about DeepSeek, but we're talking about their image generator. And guys, here's the thing: I actually haven't gotten to use it, but I know that it's good. And so basically, what's happening here? You got the Janus Pro 7B. Okay, and here's some of the features of it. They have multimodal capabilities, so it can read both. It can read and it can generate images. So I did see this part where some platforms you can send it images, you can show it images, but they use other, like when you're trying to, let me just say it. Okay, like when you're on ChatGPT and you're trying to create an image or generate an image, it has to use another like program. Okay, Dolly, right? It has to use Dolly in order to do that. What they're saying with this one is they're doing it. Like it's all in house, basically. So I can put it like that. It's all in house. So you got improved performance. DeepSeek is saying that it outperforms Dolly 3 and Stable Diffusion in benchmark tests. Efficiency. The model, it uses less computing power and it makes it cheaper to run. So I'm just saying. Availability is free and it can be downloaded from Hugging Face if you need to. But it was trained on, now here's the thing, it was trained on 72 million high quality synthetic images balanced with real world data. So this is what they're saying.
Wow.
Now, I don't know. I'm just saying. So they're saying, hey, we didn't take real people images. We juiced them up. You know, we put a little sauce on there, and then we did 72 million high quality synthetic images with the data. Okay, so this approach it allowed the model to create more visually appealing and stable images compared to all the other competitors. So we'll see. Okay, we'll see with that. So you got the Janus Pro 7B along with the DeepSeek's chatbot R1. They rolling them out, y'all. They rolling them out. So it's definitely, yeah, for sure. It's definitely impacted the tech industry for sure, real fast. Now, I told y'all, I don't know if y'all remember, it was a blip last week when I said, with this stuff coming out, some stocks are going to drop. NVIDIA, leading AI chip maker, y'all know what I'm talking about. We talked about them before. Experienced a record single day market loss of 589 billion. Ain't nothing to them. I'm just saying, but it was like, that's huge.
It's a lot of money.
It definitely was. It was. But yeah, it's definitely challenged the perception that China was behind, but now they pushing forward as AI in the US and the companies are continuing to develop. But yeah, it's because it's one of those things, y'all. The writing was on the wall. Like, if you're claiming that you did this with less, like whether they did or not, the claims of them doing it, I knew it was going to drop, because you're saying you did all this with way less money and they spending both goo gobs of money over here and it's just as comparable. Like, that writing's on the wall. So anyways, we'll see, y'all. Like I said, they had claims for with this. As far as the image generated, remember, it's all in house, so they're not using anybody else to come up with those images. Check it out if you need some images, because you're gonna get a cheaper rate. Again, if you're nervous about it, just run it locally on your computer. That way, it is between you and the computer, and y'all are good. You don't have to worry about anything else. So yeah, that's the tool of the day. That's what it is. Check it out, DeepSeek image generator.
And let me go to the comment section real quickly, because there's a couple of things that wanted to get back to. Tech Coach Ralph saying we live. Yeah. This is from the last segment, though. We live our government. We live with our government spying on us like nothing. At least Amazon will get me a discount. And so I just wanted to make sure he talked about that. But also he mentioned that he's about to actually try it out himself. He's going to integrate the local DeepSeek LLM into a content creation assistant after the show and test it out. And he downloaded last night, actually. So that's dope. And OTTO made a good point about throwing it in a virtual machine and using a VPN to run that bad boy, just to make sure, like, hey, you're looking out for yourself here. And I know that you do that IT course, brother. You're almost done. Congratulations, you're almost done with the course.
Remember, y'all, Tech Coach Ralph just said it. Your own government is spying on you. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, hey, to each his own, right? To each his own. I think that I saw some images of it. In fact, I was trying to pull up one of the images that one of our friends did share with me, and I was trying to see if I could pull it up here, but it wasn't coming up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to download it and put it on the screen if I could get it. And once I do that, I'll be able to kind of share it more. But yeah, it was just one of those things where it's like, yeah, man, this is looking pretty nice here in regards to what's coming up. And the thing about it is also the rate at which they're pushing these stuff out and how cheap they're able to do it. So that's been always that thing that's kind of been like, man, mind blowing about this thing is like, man, um, of course, like we talked about last time, they are building their models off of bigger models and so on and so forth. So it's almost like you don't got to be the first one to come in out of the gate to have the most success. You just have to be able to leverage what you got, and they are doing a great job of leveraging what they have. But listen, y'all, what are your thoughts? We definitely want to hear back from you on that, and be able to hear from you so that we could share it, and then let us know. Let us know what you're thinking, and you could call into the show. I dropped the link as well, so you can let us know there. But let me see if I can pull up this image for y'all, because I was like, this is very interesting, and I thought it would be. Oh, actually, I'll make it as an overlay so you guys can see it this way. But when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is interesting. This is very interesting. So let me see if we can pull it up here. Oh, nope, I cannot get it. All right.
Dang,
it's all good.
That sucks.
I might have to do something a little extra, but let's see.
Do they already have some online? No.
Probably.
Like people have done. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just pop it up here. Let me see if I could.
But the thing about these while he's trying to get it up, the thing about all of this stuff, remember, it's all relative. So you got people who say, hey, it makes great photos, and across the board, like no matter what it is. You have people who are saying, hey, it makes great photos, and then you have people saying, oh, this don't look real at all, or it could be better. So it's all relative. That's why it's just about testing. Testing is is the name of the game.
Yeah, so he's just showing me this image, and again, you can see it. You can see it looks a little cartoonish and stuff like that, but still, not too bad at all. Especially with something that wasn't a huge price point for them. So I can imagine. I mean, at least I'm thinking it's not a huge price point. And we know how far image generation has gone, so definitely check that out. He said the quality of photo is also based on how well you can prompt.
That's one of the biggest things, right? And a way to help is, use AI to help you. One of the game changers for me is realizing that I can just ask AI to help me prompt it the right way by asking me the questions, and when it feels like it has enough answers to the questions that it's asking me about what I'm trying to do, then make the prompt, or then make the thing. You know what I mean? So now it's asking questions, and it'll ask you questions that you don't even think about. Like, man, I wouldn't even thought about adding that in, but I'm glad you asked me that. Boom, boom, boom. Now it takes a little more time, but the end result is better. So
absolutely, y'all. And continue letting us know your thoughts. First of all, thank you so much for rocking with us on this episode of Tech Talk That Tech. If you have not, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, as that is going to be your source for continued access to this information and making sure that you're able to do it. But like I mentioned before, and Operation Tech Takeover said it, he's actually going through the IT course, and he has been learning a lot of great stuff. And I'm so glad and proud of him for almost completing it. He says, appreciate it, Joe. Making my ticketing system from scratch next. Ralph has been a huge instrument in the encouragement department, and just being just being able to help. I can't forget my brother Mitch as well. So thank you guys for supporting. This is a community, man, and we definitely appreciate that you guys are supporting one another in it, because we want to see everybody across that line and get to where they want to get to in this space. And so that is awesome. That is phenomenal. We're gonna keep the show rocking and rolling to the big thumbnail that we were talking about here. The big illusion that we had in the thumbnail, I should say, which is specifically about a company, and I'm going to say the company's name now is Google, who is announcing a voluntary buyout program, kind of similar to the government, for platforms and device employees. So basically what's happening here is that Google has introduced a voluntary buyout program for employees in its platform and devices division, which includes about 25,000 full-time staff working on products such as Android, Chrome, Google Photos, Pixel, and Fitbit. And the initiative is part of Google's broader cost strategy and shift toward artificial AI development. And so now, which is interesting because I know Google kind of started this thing and then OpenAI
Yeah.
took it and ran with it a little bit more, and DeepSeek is taking a deep dive with it now. So it's amazing that's kind of coming back full circle to Google, who said, "Hey, listen, we got hold on, we got to get back to boosting this thing." So basically, what's happening right now is there's a couple key aspects of the buyout program. One, get eligibility. So this is for full-time employees that are both in the platforms and devices unit in the U.S. alone. Timeline. So employees have until February 20th this year to sign up. Accepted and acceptance notifications will be sent out March 25th. Right. So they have to sign up for it, and then they'll get acceptance. If they got accepted, they'll be known after March 25th. And to manage, this is basically to manage workforce sizes without involuntary layoffs while improving efficiency and focus on AI. And so basically the details of it hasn't been completely rolled out as to how much it will be, but this is Google's decision aligns with the tech industry shift toward AI. And as a company relocates resources from traditional hardware and software roles to AI driven projects. Now, newly appointed CFO Anat has emphasized cost cutting as a top priority for Google's AI transformation. While some employees view the voluntary nature of the buyout as a humane approach versus just kind of saying, hey, we just
Yeah.
lay off everybody, other express concerns over uncertainty, the lack of transparency, and the long term implications for job security within the company. I don't know about the within the company part. I would just be like, oh, it's time for me to go to another company. And I have Google on my back. I can say X Google on my headline now. I
Bro.
think I'll be straight. Uh, so wider implications say the buyout follows a petition signed by 1,400 employees requesting job security measures, including buyouts instead of mass layoffs. So the company heard them and said, okay, you want to buy out instead? We go
Yeah.
do that. It also reflects a broader industry trend where traditional tech roles are declining in favor of AI driven positions. And this is something we talked about for a very long time. We said, y'all, it's coming. Prepare yourself, make that shift towards how do you get involved into AI, robotics, etc., because that shift is happening and we are seeing it with one of the big ones. And we know, like the US, if big tech coughs, the rest of the industry catches a cold. And so, with that being said, I will allow you guys to say what you want to say in the comment section here. What are your thoughts about this? Do you think more companies should do it? Let us know.
Yeah. Well, what I think is, listen, I mean, you get that's why I don't that's why when you're doing this stuff, you just got to do it because you read it. You said that this is what they asked for instead of like involuntary layoffs. This is what they asked for, and then you still have. I think you mentioned there's still some people in the company complaining or talking about something, and it's like, yo, this y'all said this is what y'all want. They don't know what they want. They have no clue what they want. But nonetheless, ultimately, for me, it boils down to like, what is it? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta do your numbers as the individual. Like, do your numbers and see if it makes sense. But me personally, I'm gonna take it every time. Like,
Mm.
even like you mentioned the one with the government,
Oh yeah.
I'm taking that one. Like, give it to me. I believe in me enough to say, you know what? I'll find somewhere else. Like, like
Mm.
I'm taking this up front, and then I'm gonna go and find another spot. Like, somebody's gonna say yes. That's just me, and that's just what I believe personally. It's not pride. It's just like I'm
Yeah.
going to do enough work to make sure that I can get somewhere else. So I'm good. I'm gonna take it every time. That's just me. So give me the money. I'm out of here. Um, you know what I mean? We gonna make some work because I think the government's was what 9 months or something like, or September till September. They're gonna pay
It
me till
was
September,
yeah, something like that. Yeah, where it was most of the year pretty much.
bro. I'm going to take it and I'm going to get another job. That's just what I believe. I don't know. I believe in myself enough to do that. So same here. I'm gonna do it, and then the buyout. I'm gonna take the buyout, and like you mentioned, I'm gonna juice my profile up, X Google, in all caps at the very top, in the front, whatever I did, and I'm gonna get to work. Um, so that's me. That's what I feel about it. As far as in general, I'm with you, man. People, you need to, even if it's just getting on the AI side of what you do, you need to know about it. Like I'm just learning. Like how can I make these AI agents for other companies? I'm not trying to put nobody out of a job, but how can I make these agents and then sell them to local businesses or to see what do you need? Is that something
Yeah.
that I can build? Is that something that I can partner with somebody who does know how to build it, but maybe they can't sell it? Like
Mm-hmm.
at the most basic level, whatever industry, whatever space, whatever, like as you go down that funnel of what you do, learn the AI side of that. If everything else
Yeah.
is too much, at least do that. Because then you'll be on the other side. Like Google's not buying you out. They're paying you more so that you can stay on and work on the AI side of whatever they're trying to do. If you
Yeah.
know how to do that. I'm just saying.
Good point. Good point. And I want to go quickly to the comment section because we got a few comments that came in here. I'm going to go to first OTTO. It says 8 months in regards to the government. I think they get 8 months
See,
of
look at that,
pay. Yeah.
bruh. I'm
Yeah.
taking it.
So and the question is, in that 8 month period, are you looking to develop yourself? Are you looking to just do vacation for the whole time? Are you looking to invest in yourself? Like, how are you leveraging that time and money? Because you can't get time back. Money you could maximize that. That could come in like a moment in time. So that's a really good point. I mean, are you
That's what
upskilling yourself in that
that's
time?
why
Like,
I
how are you
mentioned.
using it? Yeah.
Like you gotta know you as an individual. Do the numbers right. If you're them, like do the number. Can you do that? Can you does it make sense for you as the individual or you as your family and then run for it? But
Yeah.
I'm always
Yeah, good point. And then Tech Coach Ralph says most companies can't afford it in regards to providing buyouts for,
yeah, yeah,
was it 25,000 employees? That's
yeah. It's
very
crazy.
significant. Yeah, it's a lot.
Next level.
Um, that is next level. So that is absolutely true. It makes sense. We also have a Twitch. It says best viewers on Views Pro are you. Thank you so much for being the best user on the show. We appreciate you for watching all the way from Twitch land. So we appreciate that as well. Yeah, and in regards to Tech Coach Ralph, he said Jimmy Butler should took it and leave. Yeah, that's
That boy crashing out, but he might be here in Dallas. Who knows? But he's suspended indefinitely now. This dude,
oh
this
man.
dude going ham. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. He's not coming back. Tech Coach Ralph said, "Do you think most people have your mindset?" And I agree. I don't think a lot of people have his mindset, but for those that do, they definitely think that way. I think that everybody really needs to be adaptive. What did Bruce Lee say? I just finished watching his bio clip from back in the day. You must be like water, right?
Mm-hmm.
And especially in the
Formless,
way
shapeless,
formless,
like
shapeless,
water.
just flowing. Because especially with the economy that we're in, especially with everything, you will lose your mind if you decided to just you could become paralyzed by fear if you decide to do that. But if you would become adaptable, malleable, and if you like say it again, because you said it better than I did, but like with water, with
Formless
water.
and shapeless like water. But if you take that side of his mindset, you got to take the other side. He said,
Mm,
if I say I'm good, people say I'm boasting. But
yeah.
if I say I'm not good, I'm lying. That's what he said.
Yeah,
So
man. Bruce Lee
you
was one
gotta
of a
take that
kind.
side too. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's
I
true.
mean,
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
go
it.
ahead.
No, I was just talking.
Yeah, no, that was good though. Like that's the point right there, just to have that mindset. And how do you develop that mindset? You got to change your circles. You have to invest in yourself, and that's one of the things that I think sometimes we miss out. We want to go to a different location, but we're still on the same path, and that path looks like a hamster wheel. We got to change, get off
Hmm.
that hamster wheel, and move not to the treadmill, but move on to solid ground and keep walking in a direction that's different from the ones that we have been taking. And so that's what we did. We did that. We took a course called Course Careers, and that was a different path to anything that we've done before. And that helped us to get to where we were. It's an introduction, right? It was an introduction to a new world, and we leveraged that to get to where we are. Not saying that we arrived, but it was definitely a different path than the one that we had, and it's been definitely one that has been beneficial. I could say for myself, and I believe Trey himself
Yeah,
as well.
for sure.
Uh,
For
and
sure.
that's just one thing. I know that OTTO, that's what you doing course careers as well. Other people are not only doing courses; they went to college and they did the degrees. And like Tech Coach Ralph, they found ways to kind of uplift themselves. He do that every week. So if y'all are not on his channel, check out what he's doing at Tech Coach Ralph. But I just wanted to say that as a little tidbit before we end the show here is like, okay,
Yeah.
how can you develop your mindset? Go ahead, bro. I know you have something to say about that.
No, I mean, well, real quick too. I was just gonna say about this, the buyout and the people and what they were saying, man. It's I think we put too like maybe a little bit too much faith in the companies,
Mm,
and so then disappointment and frustration, it comes when your expectations are higher than what actually happens, right? So
yeah,
when people get in these companies, no matter where it is, just in general, you put your whole life into it. You put your
yeah,
like, and these companies, if I'm being honest, they don't care nothing about you, man. Like they
hmm,
do. Take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. They
yeah,
do, right? But at the end of the day, they don't. Like
yeah,
if you passed away, they are going to say, "Oh, snap, man, that's crazy." They might send your family some flowers.
yeah,
Some people that you were close with might show up to the funeral, but you better believe in a couple of days that job posting is right back up.
yep.
They're
That's
gonna
probably
fill that
feel.
spot. It is. And so when you realize that on that level, it's like, yo, I gotta work on myself more than I work on the job. Because if I
Mm,
do that, that's like your mindset, your self-confidence. It comes from self-confidence in general. Like that's when you're just doing what you said you were gonna do. And so
yeah,
the more times you don't do that, the more times internally you don't believe. And so you got to change that side, right?
yeah,
So I mean, it's a lot deeper than that, but ultimately, y'all, we just really have to realize like this is a job. I got to work on myself more than I do on a job. The reason Tech Coach Ralph, the reason you need to get over there and watch the channel is not necessarily to learn what he's doing. It's
yeah,
the work ethic that he's putting in outside of the job. He's
mm,
working on his craft. He's learning something new. He's working on his craft. He's teaching. If you want to get better at something, teach it.
yeah,
Like at least try to. So I don't know. Hopefully that could help somebody. I don't know, but the people who were at Google that you know they said, hey, we'd rather have buyouts instead of getting laid off. They probably were just talking. So now when it
mm,
actually happens, now they're, well, this is crazy. We should still like have the job. It's like I don't know. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. And listen, we had somebody that jumped on the show. If you want to jump back on, feel free. I just want to let
Oh
Trey.
yeah.
I just want
Oh,
Trey to
you should
finish
have
this.
said something, bro. Oh, you
I
should have
don't.
said something.
Oh no, you were flowing. I didn't want to like interrupt, but if you want to jump back on real quick, we could definitely wait a minute or two for you to so we could chat about this topic a bit more if you want to jump back on. But yeah, so I think that man, I think that we definitely this is something that you know it mindset is a hard thing.
It
There's so
is.
many things that goes into even getting to a place where you could think like Bruce Lee, like or what you were saying earlier, or what Tech Coach Ralph, just being a perpetual, uh, lifelong learner. Because the more you know, the more you realize, I don't know, but at least you know more than you did
Exactly.
yesterday. At
Yeah.
least you know more than you did
But that's
yesterday.
the
So,
that's the biggest trick, bro. Like, well, what happens normally? Like normally, this is what I heard when I graduated high school or when I was getting close. Oh man, I can't wait till we graduate. I'm never opening a book again. Or, like you hear all
mm-hmm,
this stuff and you don't realize it never stops. Like
mm,
when you stop learning, you don't just stay in that spot. You actually go
decline.
down. Yeah,
Yeah,
you go down.
yeah,
So you got to keep going. You got to keep, it's a lifelong learner for a reason. You got to keep
yeah,
going.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So
Otherwise,
listen.
there's people
Mhm.
out there like Joseph. There's people out there like OTTO. There's people out there like Mitch, Tech Coach Coach, like all these people who are gonna keep going, and then next thing you know, you're way down there, and then when you get on this buyout, you're like, oh man, I don't know if I should take it. I don't know if, oh God, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we got our guest back, and I'm going to bring him on
Hey,
right now. We got none other than OTTO in the building. What up, sir?
hey,
How
what
are
up?
you, brother?
Peace and blessings, brothers. Peace and blessings. How y'all doing?
Doing
Oh,
good,
good,
man. Glad to get you on the
good.
show.
Yeah. I just wanted to tap in with what you were saying, man. I think the friendship, the camaraderie, the um, just the collaboration, man, is huge. Coming from my background, bro, I grew up, Joey, how
Yeah.
I may be in Kentucky, but I'm a Queens boy at heart. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
coming up and that, you get to that point, bro, where you don't trust people. You know what I mean? You won't be solitary. You
Mm,
won't do everything on your own. You don't feel like, what I'm saying, people are really genuine, like the people that's out to get you. But like at my age now and being where I'm at, bro, and like just being around brothers like yourself, Trey, Antoine, Mitch, Ralph, a
mhm.
couple other people, bro. Like I've realized, like the collaboration, like bro, you brothers are genuine, man. And I feel like for people
Thank you.
out there, like that's a genuine thing. Like really find people who are where you want to be at, or at least farther ahead than you, and lock in with those people, man. Because of you, brothers, man. I believe I can actually do this. You know what I mean? Like I thought I
Yep.
was kind of set in my mode. Like I did what I had to do
Mm,
to get myself into medical, and have done good in it. But this is something that I've always kind of been interested in, getting into the tech side. And I always just felt like, well, I've just put so much time in the medical, maybe I should just stay here. But being around brothers like
mm.
you made me feel like, you know what? Why not give it a shot? You know what I mean? What do I really have to lose? Nothing. And like just being around you brothers and getting the constant encouragement has just given me the drive and the push to just go through even when them days get hard and I feel like, man, I don't feel like doing this, bro. Or I get to a subject that's really like trying on my mind. I'm like, man, I don't really
Yeah.
understand this. Like I said, I got Ralph. He'll randomly pop up out of
Mm,
nowhere and just send me a text, hey, bro, just checking on you, how things coming. Are you having trouble with anything? Like randomly,
mm.
bro. Like not
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
nothing coax. It's just like, and it never fails. Like he always just seems to know when I'm going through something. Excuse me, going through something, and he'll just pop up in the text message. Hey, bro, checking on you. You know what I'm saying? Or no matter what show I'm on, Mitch is always
Yeah.
in the comments. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? You
Facts.
doing okay? Is
Mm,
everything all right? Like,
mm.
I've made friendships with people. I ain't ever even met you brothers, but I feel like I'm so close
Yeah.
to you all. You know what I'm saying? Just from the
Yeah.
Facts.
conversations we've had. And like you don't know what that does to a person's psyche, man. And I
Yeah.
just encourage people, if this is something you want to do, to just find you some people in that field and lock in with them and make genuine friendships. Not don't
Yeah.
come at them trying to get, what I'm saying, get something from them, but actually just take the time to really get to know those people and build those genuine friendships. And I promise you, it will make a huge, huge difference in your life and what you're trying to do. Because when you get those people to have your back, you feel like you can do anything. So I just want to
Yeah.
salute each one of y'all and thank y'all for the you know what I mean, the way y'all treat me, the encouragement you brothers give me, and just, what I'm saying, I'm just appreciative of the friendship that we've all developed and where
Yeah.
we at now. And I'm just telling people, man, go out here and find you some of them people, man, and get you some mentors. I promise you to make a difference in your life.
Listen, and shout out to you, man, because you could have given
Yeah.
up a long time ago, brother. You could have given up when you got the doors closed in front of you or when things were shifting around you, and you did not allow that to happen. And obviously we won't go into details, but I'll just say that you got to I'm gonna give you credit as well, because it
Facts.
shows the heart that you have. It shows that the mentality that you have, that you're tapping into something deeper. And I'm very proud to when every time you post your achievements and how far you are to completing the course, man. And the fact that you are doing it in community, because we did not do it alone. Like, I didn't start this YouTube thing alone. I had somebody that encouraged me to do this YouTube journey. It wasn't, Tech Coach Ralph as well. I can imagine that his journey as well. He didn't start it alone. Trey, I can imagine even the guy started. He didn't necessarily do it alone. We always have some support, whether it's a spouse, whether it's a friend, or it's a comrade we meet along the way that could really kind of encourage us to do things differently. Even the quote unquote bad stuff in our lives, like I had a recent thing where I had to fight through it at work in order to come out the other side, and I'll probably have a video or post about that soon. But I was able to turn that situation around, because sometimes it is the roadblocks, the mountains that we have in front of us, that become our molehills and allow us to really achieve the things that we're looking to achieve, even though it may seem terrible in the moment. So I'm definitely proud of you, man. And I just want to say, like, as Tech Coach Rob put in the comment section here, salute to you. Salute to you,
Yeah.
salute to you. I think there's
Big time.
definitely it takes a village for us all to get to where we need to go. We can't do it alone. We can't.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I
One
agree,
meant
man.
to.
I agree, and that it is what it is. Like I said, bro, it's having good people in your corner. Because I mean, I ain't ashamed to go through it. Yeah, you know what I mean. I had some struggles with my mother's health.
Yeah.
Failed engagement, and just going through things, and just mentally,
Mhm.
mentally I was broken. And you know what I
Yeah.
mean. I go and put the times I called you, brother, and you
Yeah.
prayed over me, and was a guiding spirit for me, bro. So like you said, just having good people in your corner can make a difference. Because you're right, it was times it got real dark for me, real dark. And
Yeah.
I thought about doing some stuff, man, and it just, you know what I'm saying, having people to really comfort you and they really be there genuinely made a huge difference. So yeah, man, it makes a difference. I'm telling y'all, it makes a difference
Mm-hmm.
who you have in your corner, and when you got genuine people who really
Mm.
want to see you win. I'm telling y'all, like, you can accomplish anything.
Man, that's
Amen,
facts.
man. Listen, be encouraged. Hear this right here. Be encouraged by this story, by OTTO story. If you feel like you've been hanging on the fence, you feel like you want to. It doesn't be tech related. It could be, oh, I want to be a nurse, or I want to do something, whatever. Uh, take from his story. And I'm gonna digress, but I just wanted to say that. Listen, this is a
No,
learning opportunity for
that was
everybody.
good. That was good. I think you like you put it right there on the right there on it. Like take from that story, not it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Anytime you're trying to do something new, remember this, y'all, because you've never done it. It's always harder on the like up front. So what is it? Disruption always follows intention.
Tension.
So
Mm-hmm.
so when you put your intention on something to do something different, disruption is coming. It's automatic. Now sometimes it's huge disruption, sometimes it's small, but when you decide to do something good or something new, the first thing that shows up is something hard. It's all the time. So then when we know that, then we can get through that hard. Now it might take us a little bit, it might take us a short time, but we can get through it, and then we'll see it on the other side, and we'll be better for it for sure. Like I know it's some stuff that he could teach somebody down the line, you know, just based on the things that he's gone through, the obstacles everybody, because it just always happens. So yeah, I appreciate it, man. That needs to be the brown box, man, right there. Even though it's not a brown box, that's the story. Like that's the encouragement right there.
Listen, I'm good with saving whatever brown box we have for next week, because
Yeah,
that was something that we need to kind of take on and really hold on to for everybody. Some people that are entrepreneurs here who feel like, oh man, I'm tired, I want to quit. Don't quit. For those looking to transition into a new career, don't quit. For those that are looking to upscale in some sort of way, don't quit. You might be going through a situation in your job, you got a PIP, whatever. Don't quit, because you can come out on the other side with flying colors. I'm gonna go to the comment section real quickly and let Trey share any thoughts, and then we're gonna close it out here. But I want to go to the comment section and kind of pick up from a couple of comments here. And I think one um, right here from Maurice that says, "Great community of encouragement. Everyone thanks. I'm taking a data analytics course. New territory. That's what we're talking about. So Reese is stepping
yeah,
out,
yeah.
and she's doing something new. Love to hear that, man. Love to hear that.
Yes, for
And
sure.
and I know you had to jump off. He said I had to jump off heading into the building to work, but thank you all again. No, absolutely, man. Thank you for coming and sharing that. That was powerful, and that's what we need to hear this morning on a Monday. So if you weren't motivated this Monday to get at it, I am right now. I'm actually gonna go right in my journal after this. But yeah, there's some things that I definitely need to put down on paper and get to work on. So really good stuff. So thank you so much for that, OTTO.
For sure. No, that
All
was a
right.
win, man.
Yeah, I guess that's a drop mic moment. So with that being said, y'all, thank you again for rocking with us on Talk That Tech. And I'm gonna drop it super late, but late than never, right? Go ahead to youtube.com/talk that tech, right? Talk That Tech Show. If you're not subscribed, that's youtube.com/talk that tech show. You can go ahead and click on there. You can call in, subscribe, and see all the goodness there. But listen, y'all, whether you're on IG, Twitch, or on YouTube, we want to thank you for joining us. And until next time, you have tuned in to Talk That Tech, the
#1 tech morning show in the world. We're gonna see y'all next week.
Yes,
We'll
have a
holla.
great week. Peace and elbow grease.